G'day guys, hopefully you checked out part 1 of the fasting video where I sort of explained the theory behind fasting and also recap the first 3 days when I didn't visually document the fast. So if you haven't checked that out, I'll put that in the description box below. I'm not a medical professional, but all the theories come from hours of researching, watching YouTube videos, reading up on different things, so something that any of you guys can do. Let's get into some actual footage. There was a lot of pondering, a lot of droning on about things I've already talked about. So I've got little snippets of the days where I was fasting. So I was filming on an iPhone 4 camera as well, so apologies for that. Pretty bad sound and visual quality, but hopefully you guys get the gist. I was sick when I was beginning the fast, coughing quite a bit for probably about 2 weeks, and then decided to fast. And basically cough's gone 2 days in. Still got a bit of stuff in my nose that I can blow out, but it's getting a lot better, I feel anyway. So hopefully after 7 days that will be fully cured. I had a bit of an earache before that as well, so yeah, got a bit of illnesses I've had going on, but being able to sort of push through them. So 3.5 days into the fast, all signs of hunger gone away. I noticed about 9 p.m. last night, so just really starting to get a big wave of just a mental rush of just thinking about everything. My mind was just racing. Quite difficult to get to sleep actually. I just kept tossing and turning and thinking about heaps of things. 100 miles an hour seemed like I could think twice as fast somehow. So yeah, about then just sort of elimination of all hunger. Only having around 3 litres of water a day. I think that's sufficient. I didn't need to get up in the middle of the night. I'm just studying at the moment, not really doing any activity, which is pretty good, I guess. You wouldn't want to be doing activity because then muscles would be used probably as an energy source if you need really quick, instant energy. But if you're going into sort of hibernation mode while fasting, you use up the stored fat instead and eat up all those bad things not necessary for bodily function. What else? Nothing really much more. Pretty boring besides the initial hunger after that first day. Surprisingly not too hungry in day 2, 3 and now nearing day 4. Pretty tough today because I had a laboratory in the morning. Went for 3 hours, pretty hard, and I don't think anyone got more than 50% through it, so that was pretty tricky mentally, just trying to get the answers and not having much energy to move around. I was really slow. I think physically trying to talk to my partner, there was a lot of effort being put into that. But besides that, studying for the rest of the day was fine, just at my own pace rather than test conditions. Not really hungry at all. No sort of aches and pains yet. I've noticed my scab on my chest I've got a cut there, so that's been healing actually pretty quickly. Besides that, nothing really new to report. I've lost quite a bit of weight actually, so I'm down to 92.7. I'll put all the details up later. So yeah, that's me so far. Not really. Kind of looking forward to breaking the fast, but not really too bothered about it. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Cheers. I've been pretty clear in my thoughts, I feel. Actually quite productive. Done a lot of studying this week, and haven't done any training obviously, but caught up quite well actually, and still thinking and taking everything in and able to study well. I think because half my energy's not being used to digest food, it's all been back to either healing my body or thought. About 2 hours away from exactly 7 days since my last meal. Just anything basically I've consumed besides water. So definitely wouldn't expect to feel how I'm feeling right now. Could feel like I could definitely go another 7 days at least, based on how it's gone so far. I mean, things would probably change. I think I won't eat tonight though. I'll probably eat tomorrow just so I can have a full day of just sort of breaking the fast slowly. When I think about food, I think probably don't want to eat meat again. Just because I've been reading it takes, you know, three days to digest. It's not really, our stomach's not really designed for that, but probably might change once I start eating again. I love food, so yeah, that's just what I'm feeling right now for some reason. So I just really crave like veggies and fruit and beans and nuts and good whole, you know, wholesome foods. I haven't really experienced too many aches and pains like a lot of people do when they detox. They sort of, when they enter ketosis, they start to get a lot of aches and pains and get all these detox signs, and that's just basically the body healing itself. I haven't got too much of that, but I think that's because my diet has been reasonably good in the past few years anyway. I've taken out the gluten and the dairy for health reasons, for, you know, sickness reasons, and yeah, it'll try a lot of veggies, a lot of oats, and yeah. So I think the diet has been healthy, so that's why it hasn't really been that hard to go 7 days without food. I definitely am starting to smell pretty bad. I think the skin is the main organ where you sort of detox out of. So yeah, definitely, I'm having shower obviously every day, but yeah, not smelling nice at all. Mum commented that I'd smelt like sickness basically, so pretty gross, I know. So that sort of makes sense. So all the toxins are being, you know, released, you know, from the skin. Yeah, so that's pretty weird. And my tongue's pretty white now, which is a common sign of detoxification as well. Yeah, it's pretty gross. So I've tried to scrub that off. Can't really scrub it off with the toothpaste. So that's a sign that you know, someone's been fasting for a long time. That you probably can't see it on this iPhone 4 camera, but yeah, my tongue's pretty white and yeah, detoxing, I guess. So that must be good, maybe. Yeah, so no real aches and pains. I was cramping a bit my right ankle again, where I sort of getting pain there where in the morning, where I've ruptured that ankle previously. So that's interesting. Had to talk to my brother's kindergarten or pre-primary class, and you know, for a while, so that was fine. And then after that, standing in the sun, yes, I was starting to get a bit irritable, I guess, just moving around a lot. I'm pretty sure when you're fasting, it's definitely not recommended to move around heaps and continue about your daily life. It's definitely safer to just rest and maybe meditate, and definitely fasting retreat would be the safest thing to go to make sure nothing happens, because I think an electrolyte imbalance is a risk. But all my vitamins and minerals are topped up before the fast, so yeah, I think that's why I took the risk, I guess. And I've also just only been drinking tap water. Yeah, a lot of people say don't do that at all. Just drink filtered or spring water or filtered water. Probably not distilled water, because that's too pure and hydrogen. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably not good, because there's nothing sort of like it's natural, like how you naturally drink it, I guess. So that's why I thought tap water would be fine. Like there's a little bit of extra stuff in there, not just, you know, your hydrogen and oxygen. So besides that, yeah, feeling like I could go longer, but I've got work in a couple of days, so don't want to be standing up all day and serving customers and sort of eating my muscles away. What was I? I was 90.6 this morning, so yeah, surprisingly lost a lot of weight. I thought with the rises of human growth hormone that, you know, a lot of muscle loss would be prevented, and it would just be fat loss, but I have been moving around, I guess, so that sort of makes sense. So yeah, usually I'm around 100 kilos, and yeah, to be nearly under 90, pretty crazy. Hey guys, how you going? So it's day 8 at the moment, probably 7.5 days fasted round about now, so about to eat soon. Final weigh-in 90.2 kilos, didn't quite crack under 90, but that's
never thought I'd get down to that low. I haven't been that low in 4 years. So yeah, it's very interesting. I'll be able to put the water weight back on and a bit of food in my belly and pretty quickly. Obviously, want to be gentle at when I break the fast, because that's probably the most dangerous part. Some people die just eating just massive amounts of food and steaks and burritos, like I said. So yeah, going to be really careful. Just eat really simple, easily digestible foods. Just maybe a fistful at a time every 4 hours. Last night was producing heaps of saliva before I was going to bed, so just getting a build up, and yeah, it was pretty weird. So I guess, and I checked out my tongue and my teeth. There's lots of white build up around there. I brushed a little bit off, but yeah, it's all the toxins coming through there. So just had a shower, but yeah, still stink of just toxic stuff. I think just yeah, it's pretty weird, and there's still some stuff that needs to be detoxed. But I think during a few days of just breaking the fast, we'll continue to detox, and hopefully that helps. So I think yeah, if everything goes well, I might do another one next year, a bit longer duration. So and yeah, just thinking about heaps of stuff last night. If I wasn't going to break the fast today, I wouldn't have been thinking about so much stuff. But yeah, Mum was just racing about everything, about yeah, I just really want to put best fuel in my body now. It seems I just got all the bad stuff out, hopefully. And yeah, just really keen to get back into some strength training and kicking the footy round again, and thinking about work and uni and heaps of stuff. So thoughts just flying. Try to do a bit of meditation to go to bed, but then my mind was wandering quite easily and gone a million miles an hour. So yeah, time to break the fast, and yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully no stomach cramps and things like that, because the digestive system is shut down. Just got to wake it up nice and easy, and hopefully soon I could start getting probiotics in, good bacteria, because that's 80% of the immune system.
Along with fat loss, fasting has a very peculiar property of anti-aging. So here's me directly before the water fast. Just kidding, that's not me. I didn't get a photo of me directly before the water fast, but here's the closest representation of what I would be looking like at my strongest, anywhere from 100 to 103 kilos. Now, throughout the duration of this water fast, you'll see a sort of trend. So I'm losing, that you can sort of see visibly, a bit of muscle out of the chest area and muscle out of the arms, and a bit of fat loss sort of everywhere in the arms, chest, abs here. So that trend is sort of the visible trend. Obviously there's muscle loss, fat loss going on everywhere. Then I also start to get some veins popping out around day 7, which I don't usually get unless I exercise. So that just shows a lot of weight being lost around those areas. So yeah, the trends continue. I also lost a bit of glute muscle, so that's definitely usually a lot bigger. My bum muscles. People commenting a bit skinnier through the neck and jaw, so that was quite an interesting observation. And I'll put a comparison just so you can see before, after. So a lot of fat, a lot of muscle lost, but hopefully when I rebuild, I can keep the fat off and also just rebuild with muscle only, and that will help with sport and things like that. Guys, so just about to refeed. It's been 7.5 days now, so I just I've gotten a little bit skinnier. Check this out. I can't actually push my stomach out like I usually can, make myself look a bit fatter than I am. So that's as far as I could push it. I usually could push it out a bit further. That's funny. I've probably lost 5 or 6 kilos out of my bum as well. So lost the biggest muscle of the body there. Apparently very sensitive taste buds. You might be able to see on that camera, my tongue's pretty white, so they're probably not on the iPhone 4 camera, but we'll see how this goes. Should be pretty good after 7.5 days. Explosion. Yeah, definitely appreciate food, guys, when you that's pretty crazy. I'm just going to take it easy. There's definitely been some cases where things have gone wrong. probably not on a watermelon, but eating too quickly and too much. So just definitely going to enjoy this. Maybe might not eat it all, but looking forward to introducing good foods into my body now. Cheers.
G'day guys, how you going? So Sunday, so a couple days post-fast now, and finished back 1/8 of a watermelon over a long period, and I was actually woke up lightest this morning, 89.8 I think, so pretty weird being under 90. Got moving on from the watermelon, got some pressed green juice, so keeping it simple, but you know, starting to feel really good now. Yeah, getting a bit of variety instead of just the watermelon. So I got in this kale, silver beet, cos lettuce, cucumber, celery, lemon and parsley. So it should be fairly healthy. Get some vitamins and minerals back. Pretty weird. In the shower, I could blow out some green mucus, which is a big problem I've had for a long time. But yeah, that's gone away. So maybe it's still detoxing. Got my massive water bottle. Hell good. And one thing I forgot to mention as well was I'm just listening to my body with what I want to eat. With the watermelon, I started off with only a handful of small cubes, and in 2 hours I think I was a little bit hungry after. So just listened, had a bit more of that. Didn't go overboard. I think I had a little bit too much maybe, and I felt a little bit weird, but then I just sort of backed off. So yeah, pretty variable obviously, but just listening, and now I'm craving bigger and bigger meals, and I think my stomach's coming back to normal size. My throat got a little sore as well, only having watermelon for the day yesterday. So I'm not sure if that was just because it hasn't had food in a week or something, but it seems to be better now.
Monday, 7:30 a.m. So exactly 2 days after breaking the fast. Weighing in at my lightest actually. So broke the fast. The next day I was lighter than after not eating for 7 days, and then even lighter this morning at 89.3 kilos. And so in the first 24 hours of breaking the fast, I just ate 1/8 of a watermelon over the day, and I was actually the grumpiest over that period. Like after eating, I was hungry again after 2 hours, just ate a little bit, and yeah, just felt pretty flat, not that great, a little bit of a sore throat, a little bit of stuff in my sinuses, and yeah, just a bit grumpy, and I just didn't really recognise it at the time, but yeah, a bit snappy. But the next 24 hours I was on Sunday, so I was working, had another 1/8 of a watermelon for brekkie and afternoon tea, and then had those 3 green juices with kale and spinach and all that for around lunch and afternoon tea, and then had a nice soup for dinner, and yeah, so and had plenty of water as well. So that was a lot more food, and I was just listening to my body. If I was hungry, I'd eat more and stuff, or drink more of the liquids. And now it's time for solids. So this morning got a bit of a porridge there, and also my lemon juice. Just get your vitamin C in you. So what do we got here? Oats with flax seeds, banana, bit of shredded coconut in there, just thought I'd try that, blueberries, granola, a few other bits and pieces I think, so just pure health. Might not be able to eat that whole thing, but I'll chip away at it. But yeah, I'm feeling really good, so that's why I'm starting to move into solids now. Just body's feeling really good, like I'm 100% again. Obviously it could still be transitioning, and because I'm still pretty light, so the numbers. Alright, so let's have a look. 99.6 at the start of the fast, hit 89.2 2 days post the fast, and then up around 92, 93 at the moment. At the Chuck in the Gym video. So yeah, kept the strength in the legs pretty well, lost a bit of strength in the upper body, but here's just a rack pull, 220. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Haven't lost too much strength in the legs, but working on pressing and pulling and all that for the upper body. So 2 weeks post-fast, how am I feeling now? Better than I've felt in a very long time, to be honest. I've been eating pretty well, only been eating a plant-based diet, and and that's making me feel really good at the moment. So I don't think things will change anytime soon with that. I lost a little bit of strength straight after the fast, mainly in my upper body, but that's coming back pretty quickly. What's going on, guys? It's 1 month post fast, feeling really good, following a strict plant-based diet at the moment, and weighing in around 93.2 kilos, sort of fluctuating around half a kilo either side of that at the moment. I haven't put as much size on as I've wanted to. I got into an easy trap of not having enough protein, so I've been incorporating more beans, lentils, quinoa, nut milk, and I've got a plant-based protein powder as well, which helps enable recovery, recuperation, getting bigger and stronger, and getting those strength gains after your strength exercises. There's been no hiccups so far, so feeling really good at the moment, near my best, touch wood, and not following any intermittent fasting protocols or anything like that, just waking up, eating when I want to, easy as that. Trying to get a lot of really good whole foods in, just trying to put the best things back in my body, and I've sort of got everything out. So around my small little network I've got going on, the word has spread. People learned about my 7-day water fast, and they're poking their nose in and wanting to know some things and having a dig at me about that. So some frequently asked questions that pop up. One of them is, so what, like you didn't eat any food at all? So yeah, no food, no drinks besides our precious H2O, and that's about it. 7.5 days, no calories in, just your water. That's all you got. And another FAQ, so didn't you get like really hungry? Well, kind of interesting. I didn't get hungry after the 3-day mark, but leading up to that was quite difficult. And then after 3 days, really surprised me. Just wasn't hungry at all. I'd think about food, I'd ponder it, but I wasn't hungry. I was looking forward to breaking the fast around day 5, day 6, but still didn't bother me too much. And I was pretty satiated, running on my own fat stores, and still had plenty to burn. And one more. So how did you not die? Well, 3 days, I believe. If you don't have any water, you probably die, whereas food's very variable from person to person. So if you've got a lot of fat on your body, a lot of fat stores that you can use while you're fasting, then you can last a lot longer, obviously. People have been known to do a 20, 30, 40-day water fast and fully detox and have been healed by the end of that, and come out on the other side fine. It's actually breaking the fast that's probably the most deadly. You've got to introduce food slowly, wake up the digestive system. But yeah, a lot of research needs to be done in this area. I think there's a lot of interesting things that happen. Obviously, the food industry won't be funding this research because they want you to eat as much food as possible so they can make more and more money. And that's all the time we have. So if you liked the video, like the bloody video. Give me some comments, things you liked, things you didn't like, some feedback, questions that you had that weren't very clear. And if you like content like this, subscribe, and I might bring out more things. So give me that feedback and we'll go from there. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thanks so much for staying on board. I hope you found the content helpful, and cheers.